In today's Health Watch, a new study finds America has more heavy drinkers than it did a few years ago before the pandemic. Chief medical correspondent Dr. Jon LaPook is here to tell us why and what you need to know. All right, let's jump right into it. What did this study find and who is it impacting the most?
Right. Well, heavy drinking went up about 20% from 2018 to 2022. So we don't know after that. So what's heavy drinking, you might?
That's the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
what constitutes as a drink?
So they define heavy drinking as 4 or more drinks a day for women at any one setting, or 8 or more in a week. For men, it's 5 or more drinks in a certain day, in one day, or 15 or more in a week. I mean, it's not an abrupt cutoff, but that's the general idea. What's a drink?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see it in your eyes.
And is beer stronger than vodka? Or...
Okay. So I had to look all this stuff up.
Okay.
I didn't really know everything about this. So 14 grams of pure alcohol is a drink, which is 12 ounces of a beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits.
So why do you think it's growing up? And also, the other question, why is it increasing among women?
Yeah, so that's something that's of concern, and we've known for a couple of decades now that we're seeing an increase in liver disease. That's cirrhosis, which is scarring of the liver. Very serious, can lead to all sorts of problems, including liver failure and liver cancer. I spoke to one of the authors last night. I asked that very same question. Nobody knows exactly. There's more marketing to women, right? You've seen that in recent years. It's become more socially acceptable for women to drink. And then, what nobody really knows is during the pandemic, was there more stress on women because they had to do maybe a little bit more in the household? That's sort of like maybe that's it. But when you think about what happened during the pandemic, which is there was more anxiety, there was more depression, there was more stress, and people often turned to alcohol thinking, well, that's going to relieve it. Well, for anxiety, temporarily, big underline temporarily, alcohol can relieve the anxiety, but long-term, it's going to increase potentially anxiety and depression. Alcohol is a depressant. It actually depresses you. So that's not the cure, to self-medicate that way.
Outside of the mood issues, are there physical consequences to too much drinking?
Name the organ, Tony. The liver, the heart, the pancreas, the brain. It could absolutely affect all these different organs. So this is something, during the pandemic, we had decreased access to health care. So that was one of the problems, too. We didn't have follow-up.
Yeah, we did this segment because you're Shabuzi whiskey.
Yeah.
A little concerned.
We were
concerned about you.
You don't have to worry about me being a statistic on this one.
All right. Dr. Jon LaPook, thank you. Valuable information.